Hello and welcome back. I'm Nicole, a cottage witch, and today I thought I would jump on the fountain pen trend. I've seen quite a few people do it. I think Meg at Rose Honey Ritual was one of the first people I saw talking about her fountain pens. But I think, is it Heather and the Hermit's Cave and a couple other people, Lisa Pepez, have talked about theirs. And so I thought, well, that sounds fun. So this is a just for fun tangent video. I mean, it's not as though my channel has a for real focus. So everything's just for fun. But anyway, I thought I'd talk about the fountain pens that I have and what got me into it. None of them are like super fancy expensive. Also, if you hear noise in the background, it's because I live in the middle of a city and it's St. Patrick's Day. So there's some to do outside this afternoon. Anyway, the reason I got into fountain pens was because when we were clearing out my grandma's house after she passed, well, after she moved into a condo and then passed shortly thereafter, we found some fountain pens that belonged to my grandpa. So the couple were Waterman Paris. This was a different one. This is W.A. Sheaffer. They do not make this kind anymore. This is from the 30s with a lever. And I can't actually use it as a fountain pen anymore because I can't separate this. And it's got one of those like rubber bags inside that apparently was not set up to last for 100 years. So it has not. It's quite old. I should clean it again. I could use it as a dip pen if I was so inclined, but otherwise I can't really use it anymore because the bag has disintegrated to the point where it can't really hold ink very much. But that's the one pen, which I think is the first fountain pen my grandpa got. And then these two came as a set. Ooh, got a little bit of ink on there. Yeah, well. There's a fountain pen and a ballpoint pen. So this is just a regular pen, but it's got this cool like blue marbled. They both do. So there's a fountain pen, ballpoint pen set, which I think Waterman still does, although they don't make this exact set anymore. This is from, I can't remember the set. I looked it up once before, but this is from the 40s. But they do something similar these days, although the prices are not what they were in the 40s. I can tell you. So this is quite nice. It's got a medium nib. The other one has a fine nib. And oh, I should clean this too. Ignore the fact that it's dirty. I'll take better care of it later. But I decided when I got these, I played around with them a bit, cleaned them, got them working again, that I preferred the fine nib, but the fine nib one is dying. So I got some new ones, but I wasn't really sure what to get because there are so many options and some of them are obscenely expensive. So actually at Staples, I got these super cheap disposable ones, which are like $2 or $3 each, just to test them out and see if I wanted to get them. And these just have normal ink. They don't have fountain pen ink, so you can use them on any paper. Just to see if I liked the writing experience, I got a couple of these. And I liked them. They're fine. They're like foolproof. Like you can't not have success with them because they don't clog up or dry out or anything like that, really. They're fine. So then I decided, okay, sure, I'll get a couple fountain pens. Oh, actually, tangent within the tangent. First I went to the art store and got this pen, which is a dip pen, because they had, oh, and my fingers are a mess, by the way, because I refilled my new pen and made a mess. And that is one of the hazards of having fountain pens and being really uncoordinated. Anyway, this is a flex nib, sort of, but I hate the nib that came with it. It's abysmal. I think I can exchange out these, but I have not tested that theory yet. And a spare converter for a new pen that I'll get to in a second. So yeah, tried the dip pen, didn't love it, haven't gotten rid of it yet. But then at the in a free little library near me where you can find all sorts of interesting things, not just books, although also books, I found this dip. And this is definitely just a dip pen. And it's actually quite cheap, I think. It's like not particularly well made, and the feather is dyed and choppily cut with scissors. And you can see, I should color that in. But it's cute, and it's got a little rose on the front. And I like it. I've never actually used it as a pen, so, you know, it's decoration. But that's okay. Back to actual functioning fountain pens. The next ones I got were these Lame Safari ones. I don't know what the difference is in the brand. I just got them on Amazon, so I'll link them down below. But there are some that have more colors but are this like plastic case. And then there are some that are metal, aluminum or something, I assume. And they're all very nice. They have, I got inks that match, which I'll show you in a second, because I'm not tilting the ink bottle sideways, because mess. But there's a shop near me. So when I got these two pens, which were the first ones I got, I think, I just went down there and just got a good purple and a good blue. And then when I got this one, I went and took the pen in and said, can I have one that matches this color? And it pretty well does, which is fun. And they write pretty well. Like I would say I'm glad I got them. They're my sort of, I don't know, I've used them a lot. I don't know if I'd say workhorse pens, because I use the other ones that I'll get to in a second more often now because I like them better. But they're good. They're like really good beginner pens. And they're low stakes because they're pretty cheap. They're like $15 or something Canadian on Amazon, and they come in a bunch of fun colors. So like you can't really go wrong. And Lame is good, like reliable company as far as I can tell. So yeah, that's those. Veering for a second, I can get this out here. These are the inks that I got. Whoops, these are the inks that I got. So I got Waterman. Actually, I got these two colors, the violet and the blue, when I found my grandpa's pens, and they were Waterman, so I just got Waterman ink as well. And because I wanted to try them out. And then this is the slightly more expensive one. I think this is like $30 or something. It's a bit pricier as ink goes, but still not too bad. You can get more expensive ones. But what was fun about the place that I went to is it's a stationery shop that also sells fountain pens, and they have a swatch book. So if you want to see what the ink actually looks like, because you can't really tell from the bottle, I mean you kind of can. These ones are actually pretty close to what's on the bottle, but you know, if you don't want to guess, or you don't want to guess from online photos or something, and you have a stationery shop near you that sells them, it's pretty cool to go in there and ask for their swatch book of inks and just look through and see what they sell. So I'll have to do that at some point for the next couple, but this is a Wordsworth in black pen. This I got for Christmas. Whoops. And it's the first of the quote-unquote fancier pens I got. And I say quote-unquote because I don't really have fancy pens. Like there are some that are hundreds and hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The coolest ones I've seen, not that I've got, are the ones that have like Van Gogh or Monet or whatever sort of famous paintings around the edges. And yeah, you can get some stunningly beautiful fountain pens. But they are not compatible with my budget. This one though is, and it's beautiful. I love it. So this is Wordsworth in black. I can't remember what the it writes so beautifully. It is smoother, I find, to write than the Lame. Not that the Lame is scratchy or anything, but this is smoother and it's heavier. Like it just feels more substantial when you hold it. I love it. It did come with these 24 inks, so some black and some blue, and I'm using the black ones up now, and then I don't know which one I'll use next. But that was what the spare converter was for, so it came with a converter. and it's just these short little stubby ink things that pop in there just the same as a converter. And yeah, so I'll use those up before I get new ink, and then I'll make a trip down to the stationery store and let you know what I get. And then the reason for this video actually is because this came today, and this is a, oh crap, what's the brand called? Hongdian, I think. It's a Chinese brand. Oh wait, it says it on the side, and I've never gotten Hongdian 1861 Pro, and I've never gotten a Chinese brand before, so I thought I'd try these out. These were sort of the two pens. I think I'd heard about them on somebody's channel. I can't remember who now because I've watched several of these fountain pen videos, and I put this ink in there, but I tried it first with the purple, which is why my hands are a mess, and it does not like the Waterman inks at all. And I didn't know fountain pens could do that, just have ink preferences. So then I tried it just with water to make sure that things were actually running through, which they were, which is why this is diluted for the time being. And then I put the Yama-budo, the Japanese ink in there. So, oh, there, it's starting to get a bit darker now. So I just need to write with it a little bit, and it'll get undiluted. I assume there's like trace water drops in the nib somewhere that I can't get out, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. It's got this sort of similar weight to this pen, not quite as heavy as this pen. I think this one's still my favorite of all of them, but then again, I haven't given this one a fair shake yet because I just got it, and they're all fine tipped because that's what I prefer personally. So I will take one of these to work next week, probably this one, to give it a go and see what I think. But yeah, that's my little fountain pen journey. I don't anticipate buying any others anytime soon because these are the two that I use for work most of the time, and I'm not a big journaler, like tarot journaler or anything like that. So usually I use it in my notebook at work. So yeah, fountain pens are fun. Jump on the fountain pen train, or don't if you want to stick to a budget. But anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.